All right. So thank you for joining me here. We're going to be talking about your latest movie, Breeze Point. So first and foremost, what can you tell us about the film and where the inspiration came to take the project on?
Well, the film, I mean, I guess you could read about what the show is. You can figure that out, unless you want me to explain that. But the idea came from Suzanne Delarentis, my producer. She's from Philly. And for the longest time, she wanted to always do this story of the Jersey Devil. And, I'm a Bigfoot fan, cryptid fan, and I love those creatures. But I just thought, how are we going to do that movie? And we never got around to telling her story or the story that she really was passionate about doing. Anyway, so fast forward to 2022 or 21, we met Sasha Ann. She's the star, the lead of the show, and this whole idea really came about as a bit of a make a wish project. She was battling cancer and had just beat it, and wanted to always make this movie or a movie, and Suzanne was helping her and wanted to make that wish come true. And so we were trying to pull together a team to make this really small film just for her. And in doing so, it really just evolved into something much bigger, if you will. But we really only because we just wanted to do something nice. We didn't want to do a short film. I think originally it was going to be a short, and then it just said, let's just try to do make a little movie. And so Suzanne had this idea that this would be the movie where we would we'd explore this Jersey Devil idea, and that's kind of where it came from. And it was interesting. I knew that it's a different Jersey Devil. I think hardcore fans of the real authentic Jersey Devil of the way you would see it will be surprised, or they'll just be, they'll realize it is different, because that was our take from the very beginning, to kind of make it a little different. And we were able to kind of create this character and have these, a story to go with it. And I think, we managed to be able to tell this interesting story. There's a lot of twists and turns in this little film, and it's nothing less than weird and strange a little bit.
All right. Since the film is primarily a character-driven piece between the two leads, how did you go about casting for their particular roles when you first started production?
Well, when we knew it was going to be Sasha as one of the main characters, and she had zero experience in acting, so we knew that was going to be very difficult, as well as her energy level and physical preparedness for making a film. It's really, anyone that's made a film understands it's fun, but it's a lot of work. And for this script, it just was physically challenging for so many reasons. But she rose to the occasion. But we knew that she was going to be that character, Sarah. And the idea was to really surround herself with other actors that obviously were right for the role, but had a bit more experience, and kind of balance that with her inexperience, if you will. And I think it was a nice blend for the film. And originally, like I said, it was just going to be a short film. We had really no big illusions of where this was going to go. We just wanted to make a movie and have her in it, and it ended up being a blast to make. And once you start committing to something, it just takes on and just picks up speed. And we had a casting director, and we did a fair amount of casting, as well as we worked with many of our friends or other actors that we've worked with in the past. And that's how we did it.
All right. I mean, that kind of took the next question about filling out the rest of the cast. So
Yeah.
Okay. So then, based on the setting of the film in the woods, how did you go about location scouting and getting all the early prep work for the film completed?
Well, the film it's a smaller film. It's an independent, and that was the big challenge. I knew for myself that what is the story all about, and developing the story. And I think that that's kind of the fun of the movie, is anyone who understands and knows that that story. They'll hear all of the the folklore behind it and understand. And like I said, there's a few twists in it. And I did a fair amount of research. And the more research I did, I realized that it was really quite open, or there's no way that we can do this movie. It's either one or two things. And Suzanne's take from the very beginning was, we are not doing it like that movie over there. There've been a few films that have done the Jersey Devil. Some had a moderate to low budget, and they did their version of the creature. So this was our version of our creature in our story. So, and there are some details in our creature, but they're not illustrated or shown exactly the same way as if in the history books or the research. If you look up a Jersey Devil, but the devil, even from the creature developer, we're talking about what it is, what he could be, what it can do, and that really played into the story as well. So it is, it's wild. I mean, if you believe in this idea of this creature to begin with, I mean, you as a horror fan, we just kind of go with it, and have fun with it. So yeah, that's kind of how it all, we did all that research and then spoke with a writer, and then we put it all together. Suzanne had her ideas, and then even the endings, things had to change due to Sasha's involvement and her abilities. And we just really, it was a chance to kind of work with everything and tool and retool it. And that's kind of what came out of this, and changing endings and changing storylines, and then finding out that that was actually better than what was written. And it's like there was some really fun things that we did, and not having the controls, or we had being emboldened to big companies or big studios. We just pretty much did what we wanted to do and just had fun with it. And again, we just thought we would make a really cool, fun movie, maybe send it to a festival, and help Sasha's dream come true a bit. But ended up some people really liked it, and it is a bit of fun to watch. So and here we are.
All right. So, based on your previous experience with, not just your genre fare, but some of the other projects you've done, what did you realize that your past had prepared you for in preparation for making this film?
Well, this one was done in a very short amount of time. It's very small, but when you commit to something, you still got to commit. It doesn't matter if it's a big budget or a small budget. Either way, you're just trying to troubleshoot and tell the story as best as you can. There's always these limitations, and what it really does for me is it just prepares me, to fight the good fight when you are pushing and pushing and trying to make something. Experience is good because you know what to do because you did it before. But what's always fun, and that's why I do a variety of different genres as well. But it's always fun to do something that's different, and not do the same thing. And how can I do this? And do something new in it, or work with other new actors and things like that. That for me is always, no matter what genre, what budget level. I mean, for me, the joy is storytelling and working with the actors. And working with these actors was it was just a blast. I mean, working with new actors was cool. At the same time, working with some experienced actors, mixing that all up, surrounding Sasha with that core group. That was, something that I drew from having that experience working with actors and working with them. So I can never get enough experience working with actors. And the only way to do it is to make movies.
All right. So, once on set, what did you primarily focus on towards the cast? How did you prepare them for their roles and their scenes, and how did you get their I guess performance out of them, especially with Sasha's inexperience?
Right. So that was a challenge. Once a script was written, the first thing that I wanted to do was really see what her level was. So we sent out the script to her and her family and her support group, as well as to the casting directors, because they were going to send that out for casting for the other roles. and she went through a series of rehearsals. And of course, the script changed a number of times. I just wanted to see, can she do this scene, and how was she on that scene, and we can kind of see what her strengths were, and limitations were, and just sort of tailor the script a bit, so it didn't get too much of this or too much of that, so she can finally just find her place in the film. And we rehearsed quite a bit. We would also do, because of course this was during Zoom, which made it additionally challenging. So we would have Zoom rehearsals with the actors, and then pair her up with these folks and have them read and then rewrite those scenes. So that's how we did it. We just had as much rehearsal as we could, and a lot of times there isn't time for rehearsals. But in this, we knew that we had to put her through some preparation, and as well as the other actors working with her. So that was really great for her, I think, to experience as well, to see that was like. And then when you're on set, many of the actors, we always talk about their characters and their roles. Like working with Julia Kelly, that was a last minute casting, and it was really great with her. She was this influencer. She did some stuff for CW, and I was really excited to work with her. And Evan Adams was a new up and coming young actor who was great. And he did a bunch of Lifetime movies, or just maybe one Lifetime. He was fantastic in it, and I was like really excited to put him in the film. And Madison Ekstrand, who's a new actor as well, and helping them sort of build their roles. And this one actor, Anthony Jensen, he's done a lot of these asylum, movies, as well as a handful of others. But he was in our early movie a few years back, and I really wanted to work with him. And I had this role, and I said, "Would you be interested in reading this?" And he said, "Heck yeah!" He loved this role, and I think it's evident in the film. But it's we work a lot of our friends and other actors all the time, so we're very comfortable about what their experience. Also, Joseph Almani came in, and he's someone that he kind of came in just to help as well, and he's in one. He's a lead in the latest film after Reads that we did. But again, all these actors have just much more experience. We would just rehearse them, talk about it, and then a lot happens on the set on these quick shows.
All right. So what else can you really describe about the filmmaking experience? Like any kind of weird or like kind of odd stories that any of the cast or crew experienced while filming?
You know what? Not. I was trying to think. We got to work in a haunted house. One of the locations was known to be haunted, but nothing really strange happened that I can recall. I think one of the difficult challenges for me in this experience was really we didn't fly from Los Angeles to Jersey to make this movie as much as I wanted to. We were going to actually. So creating the woods and the night forest, we were very limited in where we could do that here. And again, our budget was very tiny, but we managed to kind of squeeze it out. And my team and the crew, they lit it beautifully, and the actors helped sell it. So yeah, I think the locations were one of the toughest things. We had to film them in like public parks, and we would get permission to film in just these certain areas that I had location scouted, where I knew there was the most amount of trees. And there's one location where there was literally only about 5 feet wide by almost 100 yards. It was a long length, but it was only just a few feet wide, and we literally had to just find different pieces and use that location in different ways to kind of stretch out every scene piece that we needed to do, and run them back and forth from this way, that way. The light now is on this side, and now there's a change. It was really, I wish it was easier, but it's all good. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we had to work through, and it was still a lot of fun.
All right. So with the film about to come out, what are you most looking forward to for fans of creature features or these kinds of genre fare to hopefully check the film out? And what can you hope for with the film's release?
Well, yeah, I just hope that some people fans of the Jersey Devil will check it out. And if you like creature features, monster movies, this is definitely one to check out and enjoy, for all of its flaws and all of its like great, weird, different ideas. I think we managed to kind of create something that's unique, yet, I'm sure it's going to piss a lot of people off. They're like, that's not that, but at the same time, other people saw it and went, whoa, I didn't see that coming. So, we weren't lazy in doing it. I wish we had tons more money and a lot more days to shoot it, because that's always what's, the limitation is. But I think it's a lot of fun. I hope people just discover the film and enjoy it for what it is. And, I'm just really happy and proud for Sasha and what she was able to put out there. And this could be her first thing. Hopefully there's more, we'll see. And just working with everybody. I mean, there is something about the film that makes it, unique and fun. And I hope people, find the joy in that as well as we had making it.
All right, and this will be the final one, and we'll let you go.
Yeah.
At this point, what else can you want to shout out, or upcoming projects that hopefully people will want to check out, and let them know what is going on with you?
Well, the newest one after Reed's is this new film. It's another creature feature, and it's called They Crawl Beneath, and that's scheduled to drop sometime in August. And that one is a lot of fun too. It does have Joseph Almani as a star, and it's somewhat inspired by, Buried, and Slither and Tremor. So it's kind of a mashup of that. It originally was going to be a small little movie about a guy trapped in a garage, but it evolved into something much more complicated, and it kind of the world opened up a bit, and it was a lot of fun. And I think the fans of Tremors and Slither, those sort of creepy crawly creatures, will have fun with it. It has a lot of heart as well, and it's all 99.9 all practical. And I got to work with Dan Rebert he's worked on Legend. He worked on the latest, what was that one? He's so experienced in makeup effects. And working with him and creating these creatures was so great. So I can't wait for that to come out and for people to check it out and see what's behind that one, because that one is a much bigger film in a sense. And it's just, you'll see the difference from that to Reed's. But yeah, it's a creature film, all practical, and it's a lot of fun.
All right. Well, I guess thank you for your time. Make sure that you check out the new film Reed's Point. I will have as many kind of links to the film's viewing that will be available down below for you able to look into and check out. But
Awesome.
yeah, thank you for your time. I really appreciate it, and best of luck to everything in the future.
Hey, thanks, Don. Appreciate it.